How you doing today? This is Peter from Peter's Plumbing. This is our third podcast. We're in our new media room that we set up for the podcast, and I'm here with my operations manager, Mr. Pedro Garcia.
Hey everybody, how you doing today? Excited, looking forward to the podcast today and continuing motions towards that elevation of opening up our facilities in different parts of the state that we want to get there and continue the growth in business and great customer service excellence as well.
Absolutely, thank you for that. That's great. Let me ask you, what's involved in being an operations manager?
Operations manager, Peter, involves and entails a lot of different hats that you have to wear, a lot of different functions. You got to deal with the customer aspect of it, Peter, which is one of the most important things that we do
For sure.
in our company. Is making sure that the customer is satisfied, that everything that we promised we have delivered, and that entail will continue to have that customer calling us back for continued business.
Definitely, definitely. That's like the biggest thing to me is having that customer service and having customers happy with us. You know what I mean? That our biggest calls that we get here is people calling back that already have service with us, already are our customers.
Absolutely.
And those are the most calls that we get inside the dispatch room.
Absolutely. Another strong one is making sure that our plumbers are ready. They're work ready. They're trained. They're certified for what they're going to have to be tackling out of the field on a daily basis. Making sure that they actually are fully ready with their equipment, their vans, their presentations, and everything is up to par like it should be based on the brand.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm a strong believer that, and I've been doing this for a very long time. We're going on 28 years now. But I'm a very strong believer that even if I hire a plumber that's been doing this for 10, 15 years, I still have to go through training and go through step by step about everything that we believe in Peter's Plumbing. You know what I mean? Because there's such a difference out there in the street. What these guys are used to doing every single day, I'm just now okay with it. You know what I mean? And there's so many little details. It's very hard to get into. There's so many details that even a seasoned plumber needs to go through training here at Peter's Plumbing.
Absolutely. And Peter, one of the great things that we do here at Peter's Plumbing is that we get a morning meeting established every day at 7:30 in the morning. We talk about the previous day's business and then current events the next day as well. And we make sure that our plumbers are ready to hit and tackle the field with the most current and updated information in the plumbing world.
Absolutely. We got to be up with all the Florida codes that it is continuing changing all the time. So we have to let them know the changes. And we also practice inside, like in our classroom, we have water heaters. We have all the tools, all kinds of plumbing tools. So inside there, even for the apprentice, because we do have an apprenticeship program here, and the apprentice get to in the mornings they get to solder on with copper, get to work on the water heaters, get to inspect the tools that we got, different monkey wrenches, different leak detection equipment. There's a lot of guys just like that. For example, leak detection. That's a skill that I get a plumber, even a 30-year plumber that walks in here and he's been working for 30 years in this industry, does not know how to do a proper leak detection. That's just a perfect example of what I was saying before.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And here in Peter's Plumbing, we make sure all our guys are completely equipped with all the knowledge and all the methods that we use out there to resolve all kinds of plumbing problems.
Absolutely. Peter, one of my favorite parts too is the day to day when I'm out in the field and I'm able to talk and engage with customers, with our plumbers, and when we see that satisfaction in our customers where the customer is happy. They're excited about the work we did for them. They want to get together and take a picture with us. And it really shows that growth and that fantastic element between the customer and us, where we're really, aiding to what their needs are.
Yeah, definitely. I love that, by the way. Like, I see the calls. Lots of times I'm here in the office, and I get those calls that come in from the dispatch room. And it's a call from 6 years ago, 7 years ago, when me and my wife were out there working, right? And when I hear those calls from those customers, those old customers of mine, it's like that feels great. That just reminds me of what a great service I gave to them and that impression I left on them. For them to be calling me back 6, 7 years later,
Absolutely.
I think I did a great job there.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the great things we do too is we have our customer feedback calls where we
Yes.
take time to call back to the service has been done,
Right.
and we're trying to find out where the satisfaction lies. If there was any mistakes, any opportunities, any things that might have arose on our end, so we could do the right thing in future endeavors with the company.
Absolutely. I mean that's just one thing. That's the way we keep our fingertips on the company, right? So we can't control what everybody does out there. Okay, we do our best to hire the very, very best. We do our best to train them, right? But we're not there in the customer's house watching every move they make. So that's one of the ways that we're on top of it. We call back the customers. We ask them, "How was your experience with the plumber, Mr. Rodriguez?" And they'll tell us, "Yeah, this guy was great," or they'll tell us if they had any concerns. And again, that's at that point, if they had any concerns, we're able to recognize it and go and fix the situation. If there's anything there, also that there's something missing. Sometimes a customer will come in, a plumber will come in, and they'll tell the plumber, "I have this, and that," but the plumber only did this and this, and the other things were left, and we're not done. So in that phone call is where we pick up any mistakes that might happen. We pick it up in that phone call and we correct it right away.
Absolutely. And another great thing that we also do in the company too is seeing that engagement with that plumber and that customer, and being able to do different facets of the workload where we're doing, we're engaging, we're meeting the needs, and we're also growing and expanding where additional needs are met and needed by that customer, so we could go ahead and fix the issues and the problems and the opportunities that lie within that household.
Absolutely.
At the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's great. That's great. Well, and that's one thing we do is I do let my plumbers know if you're working under a sink, you're working on the garbage disposal. If the customer's angle stops are rusted and they're leaking, or they're just about to go, or they're not even working. Some of them freeze up and they don't turn off, or they don't turn on, or you have to get a channel lock, turn it on and off. We have that. We're like the doctors. Our responsibility to let the customer know, "Listen, man, we recommend we replace these angle stops. We recommend that we change the supply line, whatever it may be." But we feel an obligation and a responsibility as the plumber, just as if a doctor would feel the responsibility to let you know, "Listen, sir, you got this problem. We need to do this," or "We see something else other than what you called me for. We see something else," and we go and we take care of it.
Yeah. The greatest fulfillment for me as the operations manager is when I'm able to connect in the field and be able to see that satisfaction, that the job was completed from start to finish, the customer is happy, and we at Peters Plumbing have done our work, our job.
Absolutely.
And we delivered the results and the brand, the plumbers that you could always count on.
Absolutely. Definitely. Well, this has been great. This is our third podcast, and I really like this new room we got set up for the filming, and I hope you guys like it too. Remember, we're gonna be bringing guests on board. We're gonna be talking about plumbing. We're gonna be talking about customer service. We're gonna be talking about a lot of things on here, and I hope you guys start to tune in and take a look at what we got. Okay, I
Tune in
appreciate it.
for the next one.